Okie dokie, we're back with the adventure, and today we're going to be jumping in with the stone case into some ranked games. Let's go, see what we can do today. Now, we do start off with a flame badge. If you want to go flame badge stone case, we could go crazy with that. I did have a build idea in mind, and it does involve using a hammer and some daggers. So if we're going for that, I definitely do not want to take flame badge. I'm going to take another wooden sword, and you know what? I'm not going to take it. I'm going to roll. Now, we do need to find ourselves twine. I do want to find ourselves a big old banana. We could take the piggy bank since I kind of want to go for a hammer. I'm going to take it, but I'm going to roll again. We do got a whetstone, but I don't really want to craft up a hero sword. I'm going to take the stone. I'm going to roll once more. We did get our twine. About time. And we got a second one as well, which I'm going to take. I'm going to sell our stone to take it. I'll be back in a second while I sort our inventory out. But yeah, this is going to be round one. Now, it's probably not the best. We did waste a lot of gold rolling, which we probably shouldn't be doing as much. But I did want to go for that boomerang, which is basically what this opponent is going to be crafting up. Very, very similar setup, except they sold their stones as we kept ours. And we have probably utilized our twine a little bit better, so we can stack up our max life a little bit faster than our opponents. The other thing is they do have banana to sustain their stamina, so they could have the advantage, and it's looking like so. Because that banana is going to heal them back up, and their weapons are going to be hitting us a little bit more consistent. And unfortunately, we actually win the rounds, which is mad in my opinion. We do get a banana. We're going to be crafting out that banana ring. I'm going to grab a set of healing herbs. Let's take a pocket sands. Let's roll once. And I'm going to take the storage, and I'm going to immediately sell this too to take a piggy bank. And we're going to slightly place this one down, and now we should have it an 80% chance to gain max life when we trigger our wooden sword. And yeah, I'm going to venture on. Now we could also craft up a piggy bank of riches, which honestly we probably should have. Yeah, we probably should have now that I'm thinking about it. Because that generates up twice as much gemstones. But I do want to craft as much boomerangs as possible. Our opponent does have a spike shield. They have no weapons, but we're going to be dealing a lot of damage to ourselves with those spikes. And they have 4 regen and a big old banana to heal them up, which could be a little bit troublesome first, because our fatigue is going to be chipping us both down. But can we still keep up? You know what? We're actually stacking up a lot of max life, and not too bad. We do lose the twine, which is a bit unfortunate. Now, we did get Smelly Wall, which has been nerfed quite significantly, but also buffed at the same time. You don't need as much block to inflict poison, but it's going to be a lot harder to position. Now, you can actually take this and go for the Mercury Elemental. So when you deal damage with melee or ranged weapons, you get block back, and then you can also get that block into poison. So you can go crazy stacking poison. But I think I might take Spicy Banana because we're going to be using up a lot of stamina. Eventually it does run out though, but I still think I'm going to take it. I've got an eye lamp on to sell for 4. I'm going to take Gooberts. Nice and all, but I'm going to roll. Let's grab our storage. Let's grab a banana. Let's craft up a second banana ring, and I'm going to roll again, and I do want to grab ourselves another wooden sword. But yeah, our weapons inside our stone kit is going to trigger 50% faster and have a 50% chance to duplicate their buffs, which means we have a 50% chance to steal a buff. So we steal a buff from our opponents, and we actually have a 20% chance to duplicate that buff. So we could steal this mana, and honestly just get it back, or get double the mana, or steal a regen. Works either way. So we should be able to scale up our damage as well with the eye lamp, and eventually we're going to be running out of stamina, or it's going to cause 0 stamina, which is really, really bad with Spicy Banana. But if we're going to be rocking a hammer with the daggerangs, it's going to be a lot of front-loaded stamina, which means a lot of heals up front, which could be nice. But we do have to get there first. We're going to take our wooden sword. Let's take our stone because we could end up going for stone golem. Let's take this fanny pack also. Let's roll again. And we could take our box of riches for our piggy bank of riches, but honestly, we have no twine, and we immediately get it. I regret my decision once again. I do want to grab a second one also. And yeah, we're going for another banana ring. Now the thing is, we do kind of need our wooden sword in because we are going to be running out of stamina. But once we hit with these boomerangs, they're not going to be consuming stamina anymore. So yeah, I'm going to be moving on with this. Now this is the exact weapon we're going to be looking for. The big old hammer. And some daggers. But again, we're going to be using up a lot of stamina, which means a lot more heals. And eventually we should be able to even out our stamina, even though we do have a wooden sword and 2 boomerangs in. But eventually our healing is going to get lower and lower too. But this boomerang should be dealing quite a bit of damage, since it does have the eye lamp as well. And you know what? Not too bad. And you know what? We got our first dagger, which is going to be awesome. Let's take our banana. Let's take our twine. Let's take our twine again. And I'm not sure if we do want a second twine. Now, leather armor on Stealth for 4 is kind of nice as well. But I don't think I'm going to take it. I'm going to roll again. We do get a treasure chest on sale for 7, so we can get a bunch of random stuff from that. And we roll again. We definitely want this rogue pot. Definitely want this leather bag. And I definitely want another banana. But I'm going to venture on with this for now. We're going to craft up our daggerang. We're going to craft up another boomerang. And we're going to be looking for a big old hammer also. Now our opponent does have a big old burning blade too. With a Shelly, they're going to get lots and lots of heals. And they're going to be stacking up a lot of heat as well. With False Life, they're going to get even more heals as well. So Shelly is going to overheal. And they're going to get their max life. And unfortunately, yeah, it's just going to be a little bit too much for us. Although we are slightly bringing it back, but not enough. Unfortunately. But hey, we got our Daggerang, which is going to be amazing. Does a little bit more damage. The only thing it does a little bit differently is actually just trigger on stun. Let's grab a storage. Let's go ahead and grab you. Let's grab a banana. Let's craft up a strong heroic pot. Let's roll again. And we immediately get our hammer. Hell yeah. The only problem is we can't grab it this round, unfortunately, so we're going to have to wait around to get on. Unless we sell quite a bit to get it. I think I'm going to risk it. I'm definitely going to just move on around. But eventually our spicy banana is not going to heal us anymore. But it's going to use up a lot of stamina. We should be able to trigger this, get some stamina back, use it up instantly. And after that, we should have quite a bit of a chance to keep removing buffs from opponents and stealing them for ourselves. So basically, this is going to be a hammer, stealing, dagger type build. So it should be pretty good. The only thing is we need a lot of these potions, to be honest, because they're going to use a front-loaded amount of stamina, and hell yeah. And speaking of awesome, we did craft up a strong heroic pot, that's the trophy, and we got ourselves another dagger also. Let's make sure we buy the hammer though, because I do want to start smashing open these piggy banks also. Now a strong stone skin pot we could craft up, which I'm kind of down for, which means I'm going to take the potion belts, and yeah, I'm going to be moving on. So our main source of defense is probably going to be block, potentially. But we'll see how we get on, because we are going to begin a katana, here longsword, dagger with a Gooberts, and some healing reduction as well. So we could actually be in trouble, because Knife to Meet You is going to be a lot of damage as well. And unfortunately, yeah, we just could not keep up with that just yet. However, the reason why I wanted to go Hammer Daggerangs is because of this subclass right here. The Fedora, 25% chance more likely to trigger. Which means we're going to have 25% more chance to stun, steal buffs. It's like this subclass was made for Hammer Daggers. It's also going to give us unique items, but I don't really want Gingerbread Jerry. We could steal buffs and actually use it to power ourselves up with Gingerbread Jerry, which does seem kind of funny. Well, let's sell our coins. Let's grab our stamina sack. Do we take Gingerbread Jerry? It's a lot of gold. We do get luck, we do get regen. The only thing we do need is heats. We do start off with heat. Yeah, let's actually take it. It's going to be quite nice, actually. Let's roll again. And the thing is, these are going to be ranged weapons, which means Vampirism isn't going to help us whatsoever. Then we could grab more eye lamps for more heats. But I'm going to keep rolling. I will grab this for now, and somehow we got another rogue potion. Not complaining, that's going to be incredibly awesome for us. And see, I'm going to move on with this, but we should be able to stack up in power with Gingerbread Jerry. We should be able to steal buffs and have a higher chance to steal buffs and a higher chance to stun. And you know what? It's going to be insanely awesome. And you know what? It's looking kind of awesome. Win a fight with 4 weapons that use stamina. That's the trophy we just got, which is kind of nuts. Let's sell our coins. We could take the repeater. Start battle effects. We could get a bunch of luck. Some more heats. I don't think it's going to be worth 8 gold though. Let's roll again. Let's grab our storage. Do we want to take a flute since it is on sale? Maybe do. Let's grab another twine. Since you're on sale, let's take another one. I'm going to move on with this. And we could actually craft up a Dragon Knight. If you want the Dragon Knight, I don't think I really necessarily do. Let's grab this to see what we're going to get. Okay, Skull Badge. It is a unique item. Fixed debuffs is not exactly what we're looking for, but I'll still take it. What I do want to find is some armor. So I'm going to sell you 2 roll, and I also want to find ourselves a dagger. I will take another stone. I still haven't crafted up a strong stone bot because we could end up going for stone golem, especially since we do have gingerbread jerry. So I'm going to sell you 2 roll again. Let's roll one more time. Waste a lot of gold rolling, but it is what it is. I'm going to sell 1 twine and this because I do want to grab ourselves a set of blueberries. And yeah, I'm going to be venturing on with this for now. This should be incredibly awesome for us. And getting Stone Golem online with this as well is going to be even more fantastic because we're going to get even more chances to stun as well. So we're going to be stealing all our opponent's buffs. And we're going to be scaling up our damage. And it's not going to be too bad. Our opponent is doing a similar setup except they don't have a subclass, which is a little bit crazy. Now speaking of crazy, we could take heavy drinking for constant and power stacking. You know what? I really want to grab that. It's also going to trigger our stun skip pots. We got our dagger. Awesome. That's going to be another dagger rang. You want more stone skin pots? I don't think so. Piggy bank we definitely want to grab. I also want to increase the speed on our hammer as fast as possible so we can actually trigger our potions. I don't want demonic flask. Let's keep moving. And it will take another fanny pack once again. And I'm thinking hammer daggerang is looking pretty darn smashing. I did say I wanted block and I haven't taken any block. So maybe we should take a holy armor. Just so we can trigger our stone skip pot. And get our stamina from the get-go. Or get our power stacked up. But if we come across a opponent who isn't relying on buffs, we could be in trouble, but we're doing some big damage. And amazing. Genuinely amazing. And now that we're getting another dodger ring. Or dagger ring, we should be in a fantastic spot. Now the weird thing is not taking bloody amulets. I find that to be so strange. And we could also craft up another strong heroic pop, but then we trigger our heavy drinking a little bit slower. So I think I'm not going to craft it up. I'm not even going to take the banana. I'm going to take our armor too. And I'm holding on hope to getting ourselves a good old stone golem. But with the dagger ranks, we steal our opponent's buffs, which we then use to power up ourselves with our gingerbread jerry, which is kind of awesome. The only thing is we're lacking on heats, but we can steal our opponent's heat and use it against him. And you know what? This is actually super fun build. And we get ourselves a pumpkin. And I did not mean to craft up a rope, but it is what it is. The pumpkin is going to be another chance to stun. It is going to be relatively slow, but it is going to be heat in fatigue. Are we still going to take it? I mean, I am going to take it. I'm going to roll again, and I'm going to grab this bit of storage. Also, our piggy bank didn't explode, which is not ideal. I'm also going to have our rope target our pumpkin, so we trigger that a little bit faster. But the thing is, we do want our pumpkin down below. So what I might actually do is decrease the speed of our hammer just a small bit, so we can increase the speed on this for now as well. Move this in and get in the same amount more luck with our fedora. Hell yeah, I'm going to be down for that. Let's make sure we crack open this piggy bank as well. And you know what? Let's grab our treasure in the next round as well. But I think this is going to be genuinely smashing. We'll see. 12 luck means 100% accuracy and deal some big damage. And you know what? It's not looking too bad. We're going to multi-be stunning, stunning multiply, and just stealing all the buffs, which is a ton of fun. Now with our setup, we actually end up with about 47 DPS, which is not too bad. We managed to stun our opponent 6 times within 9 seconds, which is pretty darn sweet. As for heals, we end up with very little healing, and as for block, not a whole lot of block either, so we'll see how we make this crazier. Who knows? We do get a magic badge, which I don't really want. It's going to give us mana from the very beginning, but yeah, I don't want that. Let's take you. It does give us mana pot 2 and a frying pan. We could craft up our piggy bank of riches. If we had our piggy bank still, I'm going to take another stamina sack. With a little bit more storage. Let's roll again. Definitely want to grab as much piggy banks to explode every time we see one. And let's keep rolling. You want the mana orb? Not exactly. And let's sell these for now to grab another treasure chest. And it gives us a bloody harvester. which is really nice, but we're going to sell it. And I will waste more gold rolling. I do want to find ourselves a stone golem. Stone golem is going to be incredibly awesome. It's going to be our defense, it's going to be our offenses. It's going to be another chance to stun. We just need to find one heart container. But can we keep up with this friendly fire type opponent with a burning blade? Maybe. We're going to be stealing all their heat, which is perfect. That is the one thing we're actually lacking, and it's not even close. Kind of nuts. Let's sell you. Now, Wall Protector is nice with Gingerbread Jerry because we could end up stacking up our heat from this. But again, I'm going to be looking for Stone Golem, a great roll down. Immediately get it. But let's craft up our Stone Golem. That's going to be the most important. Let's grab another Stamina Sack. Actually taking too much Stamina Sacks is going to be a little bit more difficult to keep triggering our stamina. So might not take it. Another Holy Armor could be kind of nice. Another Stun Skip Bot. I don't necessarily want. Now, a lamp will stack up our luck and mana too. But I think we're going to take another set of healing herbs. And I'm just going to venture on with this. Now we'll see. We are going to begin a Dragon Knight, Cheesy Goobert type opponent. With the skill. We'll see. We're going to be dealing some big damage. We're going to be stealing all their buffs. We're going to be stacking up max life. But as long as we keep stunning them and deal massive damage, our opponent really cannot do anything at all. However, we got our Stone Golem, crafted up the Stone Golem, which is amazing. And the crazy thing is, this has so much range that we can actually have our Stone Golem in as well. Which is literally absurd. Now, do you want our Stone Golem to have a chance to duplicate buffs? Trigger 15% faster as well? Over our Daggerang. I kind of do. So I think I'm going to keep it this way for now. Hammer doesn't mind being this way either. We could also have our Pumpkin in too. And we could actually have her set up like so. That way we have an insane amount more chance to stun. Which is kind of awesome. Now I did want this, but I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to roll. We do get a Dragon Egg. I do want to grab food items. Basically just to keep our Pumpkin going faster. I'd rather take the Broccoli over the Poison. Let's roll again. And I will take this little bit of storage too. And you want to grab ourselves the Shield of Valor. I'm not sure if we do want to become more defensive. I do want to grab ourselves a set of blueberries for more mana. And we could grab our Fanfare as well. To be honest, I'm thinking very strongly about it also. You know what, since it is on sale, let's take it. It's going to be more mana, it's going to be more power. It's literally everything we want and more. But yeah, let's go. So it might take a little bit for Stone Golem to get online. But we should be able to stun our opponent insanely fast. We just need our Gingerbread Cherry trigger once actually, and we're going to see lots of stuns. Which is going to be a little bit crazy. 37.5% chance to stun. And I want to see how much our Pumpkin has a chance to stun with 50%. 62%, 56% chance to stun. This is triggering every 4 seconds though, and 2 seconds. And 2 seconds. But yeah, it's looking definitely insane. Now we could try to go for second Stone Golem. I don't think we can really afford to. We could take it for max life though, which I'm kind of down for. Especially since we place it in beside our Holy Armor. We're going to get more regen. Let's take the extra stone. Let's roll once. Let's take another Protectable Purse. And we could grab ourselves a second Holy Armor if we want to. Honestly, I kind of want to sell a rope and just keep rolling for now. A Bag of Stones is going to be more damage for a Stone Golem, which I kind of do want to grab. We can also grab a second Fanfare, which I don't necessarily actually want. I only took the other one since it is on sale. But as long as we activate our Stone Golem and not our Heart Container, that's the main thing. We get our Stone Golem online, we get our block. We should be able to trigger Heart Container for even more max life. And we should be in an insane spot, stacking up our power, dealing some big massive damage with our Hammer Daggerangs. Except we are going to begin a shielded opponent who's blocking a lot of that damage. But hell yeah. Definitely awesome build so far. Now let's take our Bag of Stones. I kind of want to take this Stamina Sack. I know I did say we're going to have a tougher time activating our Stamina Pots, but I do want to add in our Bag of Stones for a little bit more damage. We could also take the deck of cards, honestly, for a little bit more luck at the very beginning. I don't think we necessarily need it, so I'm not going to take it. I'm going to take you, and I do want to take our Shiny Shell because that is literally going to be 2 more regen. And we could, you know what, we could actually try to fit this in, as funny as that is. So what we're going to do is, we're going to sell our Fanfare, we're going to take it, and we can't really afford to put in our Heart Container anymore. But this is going to be a nuts build. We're going to do so much damage. We're going to run out of stamina insanely fast, which means we're going to be able to trigger our heavy drinking pretty darn sweet. And we should be able to get our empower triggering this as well. But yeah, I'm going to venture on with this. And we'll see how crazy this is going to be. Now, we are going to begin a big life stacking build. But as long as we stun, they can't hit us. So they can't lifesteal. After shredding their armor. But that's not the real problem. The amount of vampirism, the amount of lifesteal they do have. And it's definitely smashing. Definitely smashing. But let's continue on. Now it is the final rounds. We did get a second heart container. We could forgo the impact large greatsword and just get tons and tons of max life. Become a little bit more defensive if we want to. We also got an artifact stone debt, which if you go to fatigue, we're going to get crit chance, which we definitely don't want. Mana orb, moon shields or moon armor would have been nice too, but yeah, it is what it is. I will take a fanny pack. I'm going to roll again. Let's go ahead and grab this too. I'm in feasting. You know what? It's actually incredible because it is going to increase the speed on our gingerbread jerry along with a pumpkin, which is actually awesome. We'll roll. Do we want treasure or do we want another rogue pot? Let's sell our heart container. Let's grab a treasure. We get an unstable recombobulator in final rounds, which means we can't really use it. Rogue pot we could take for more stamina. Honestly, it's not terribly bad, but I'm not going to take it. Now, vampiric armor would be scaling block too, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep rolling and trying to find ourselves another protected little purse. I'm going to sell you. Let's take this. Amethyst steel is literally going to seal us the run. Yeah, we're definitely going to win this game. We're definitely going to win the game with this because that is going to be insane in power from the get-go. Which means we're going to trigger it straight away and our dagger rangs are going to be doing some big damage from the beginning. And I think it might be better to start stacking up our regen instead of the set of blueberries. Maybe even instead of the freaking broccoli. Because with that, that is going to be 4 regen, it's going to be 6 regen, it's going to be 8 regen, it's just perfect for a stone golem to activate immediately. Get in our block, get in our power sword, dodge ranks, unit damage from the get-go. Sell our garlic 2 and our broccoli 2 roll. Mats is failing me, and we do finally get this 2. Which, I'm going to place this in here, and I'm going to sell this, so we can grab this 2, a little bit more block from the beginning, and we can fit this in for now as well. Sell our twine. Let's roll again. Let's sell 1 garlic, 2 roll one more time, and you know what? Actually, incredible, because that is going to trigger our pumpkin a little bit faster once again. Hammer daggerangs, definitely awesome. The thing is, since our ranged weapons, vampirism was definitely one of the main sources of defenses for hammer dagger builds, in my opinion. Other than cursed dagger, stacking up block with those corrupted crystals. But I think gingerbread jerry with stone golem with some armor, yeah, definitely is super defensive, especially with heavy drinking as well. But we're going to see how good this is going to be. I have a feeling that we're going to smash down opponents incredibly fast. It could be even worse though, because we are going to begin a burning blade, double sun armor. We do start off with 8 in power, so each daggerang is going to have plus 8 damage, well, a little bit more now. And we're going to be stealing buffs as well. And you know what? I don't think this is going to be too much of an issue. That's for sure, because we're dealing some big damage. And hell yeah, it's already over. We got the trophy for perfection. And within 6 seconds, we managed to deal 800 damage with 132 DPS. As for heals, not a whole lot of healing. Didn't expect that, but actually before we do move on, we do need to check 80 max life gained. Gingerbread jerry, not doing too bad. Max life wasn't what we're looking for gingerbread jerry. It was basically that in power. And then as for block, we did end up with 425 block. Being our stone golem, our holy armor, our stone skin pot. Not too bad. But anyways, we did throw 5 days left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 38 ranking us from silver to gold. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I hope you can look up for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 fights, and we're going to see how we can deal with some other opponents. We are going to begin a poison stacking Thornbloom, and the fight's already over. Literally already over. Now, can we deal with this adventure with a null blade? They're going to be trying to steal our buffs, but we're going to be stealing their buffs too. And you know what? Stunning your opponents, stealing their buffs. What the more do you want? Now, can we deal with a hammer cursed dagger type build? Who's going to outstun who? We have multiple sources of stunning and they're half HP. And one more big hammer stun. And the fight's already over.